What's up guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Denim and today I wanted to talk to you about the biggest flaw the DJI Mini 2 has. Let's get into today's video. So I currently fly the DJI Mini 2 and I have been doing so for about the last 6 or 7 months, and there's a lot of good that comes out of this drone. Now I have had many adventures with it. I've even lost this in the ocean before and had to get a replacement from DJI. And all in all, in my opinion, it is the best bang for buck drone that's available on the market to people, especially for drone beginners and people just starting to become aerial cinematographers and looking for a camera drone to have on their creative projects. I highly recommend this drone. It'll be the one that I continue to recommend to people. But as I've flown it and I've gotten more experiences with it, there is one thing that really annoys me about this drone. Unfortunately, it is one of the big downsides to the DJI Mini 2. Before we get into today's video, if you're new around here, welcome to the channel. My name is Denim, as I mentioned to you. I create videos and pieces of content around my experiences and adventures with my Mini 2, as well as creative projects and tips and tricks on how to get the best aerial footage from your drone. If that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe to this channel, as I do have a lot of content planned for the future. Also, subscribing and viewing my videos is the best way to support me if you are already a part of my community, and I do appreciate all of that. For all the reasons, the Mini 2 is still a beloved drone by all its owners, and the people that fly the Mini 2 enjoy flying it. The fact that it's under 249 grams, it captures 4K 30 frames per second. You can get some stunning footage. It's got a really good tolerance in windy conditions. The list of attributes and things that are good about this drone go on, and I could go on for days on the pros when it comes to this Mini 2, and I've done that in past videos. Just yesterday I went out on, I got my drone ready. It was about 8 o'clock at night. The sun goes down here in Australia at about 8:30. 8:45 is kind of the last light. I think I left home around 8:15 and packed my drone up, made sure everything was charged up, and I drove down to a spot that I found which was drone friendly. There wasn't any people, and it's actually quite a nice place next to a lake that I've filmed at before. I get there, I start filming. I took my DJI Action 2 and all my equipment out, and my Action 2 seemed to get decent footage at that time of the day. Now, when I got there, the sun was just starting to dip a little bit, and it was, sort of disappearing below the horizon, and I knew I didn't have much time. So I put my drone up in the air. I filmed all of my footage. I was really happy with a lot of it because I got some awesome shots that I thought looked really good. I got home, put my SD card into my MacBook, and the footage I got was terrible. It was full of white noise and just sort of really grainy footage. It looked like something from an old flip phone. It's definitely unusable. I can't use any of that footage. And this is probably the second time that this has happened to me, where the Mini 2 in low light conditions just does not do well. And this is the biggest problem with the Mini 2. If you're someone trying to capture footage at golden hour, depending on where you are and how blocked off the sun is and how much light is actually available for your drone lens to capture, it's not going to give you that good footage. I wasn't able to get any usable footage last night. Now, I tried a couple of things because I knew that exposure was going to be a problem at that time of the day, so I tried to manually bump up the exposure. That didn't do anything in the end. I generally fly with an ND filter as well, which, if you're someone creating videos, is an awesome accessory to have because it does add motion blur to your video, as well as gives that cinematic look once you go into that post-production process. If you're interested in ND filters, by the way, the ones I use are from Freewell, and I get some really good pieces of video using those filters. They're linked for you in the description if you're interested. But when it comes to this drone, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to fly this where there's not much sunlight left in the day, which is really disappointing. A lot of us can't get away from our daytime jobs or daytime commitments to go and fly a drone, and sometimes the only time we do have is the time after work or late in the evening after we're all our different priorities are done. Sadly, the Mini 2 is just not going to cut it when it comes to flying at that time of the day. So the Mini 2 performs awesome throughout normal sunlight. Even if you have about an hour left in the day, I think the Mini 2 is awesome. As I mentioned to you, there are many reasons why I love my Mini 2, and I'll continue to fly this drone because it performs so well during daytime flying, and when there is plenty of light available. It's just not going to cut it for me as I move forward trying to get that more cinematic piece of footage. I think I may start to look at an upgrade. There it is, guys. I unfortunately didn't have the best experience flying at that time of the day yesterday. I was hopeful of creating a YouTube video to share some drone moves that I've been working on. That's not going to happen, but keep an eye out for that because I plan on getting out there pretty soon to start to refilm that. If you enjoyed some of this content, make sure to subscribe. As I mentioned to you at the start of the video, it's the best way to support creators like myself. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us a lot in terms of telling us what type of content you enjoy watching. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.